Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Deb here, back with another video. So today's look is going to be this cat eye sort of look with a pop of color in the inner corner. I threw on some lashes today and you know, got all dolled up. I think this look is really easy to achieve. But before we get into the makeup video, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, join the family. Thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. All right, so to start off, I'm using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer as usual, just rubbing that all into my skin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the Fenty concealer to conceal around my mouth. And this is the Instant Retouch Concealer in the color 440. And then I'm just gonna blend that out with a MAC brush. I'll put the brush in the video so you will know what brush I'm using. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. So while I'm just blending that out, I'm gonna go ahead and set that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Satin Powder in Medium Deep. And I'm just packing that all over, just so that when I put on my foundation, the color does not move around too much and blend too much with my foundation. Alright, so for foundation, I'm going to go in with the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. And I do not know how to say the name of this foundation, so I will put it somewhere in the video and also in the description below. And I'm just going to blend it out with this Tarte brush. This came in a brush set and I had it for quite some time, so I don't know exactly what brush this is. So I'm just blending that all down the neck, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just blend it in a little bit more, make sure it looks really good and seamless, make sure the brush didn't leave any lines in my face. And yeah, that's the purpose of this beauty blender. And now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and for that I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chai. I really love this shade. It looks really good on my skin tone. So I'm just placing that in the normal areas. And then for my bronzer, I'm going to use the Fenty Matchstick in Espresso. And I'm just putting this on the perimeter of my face while I'm letting the concealer dry down a little bit. I'm just going to blend it out with another Tarte brush. I believe this is a Tarte brush. I'll try and find it. I don't know if I can, because this also came in like a unicorn set, but it's just a really dense brush. You want to use something that's really dense, nothing too fluffy, so that you can really carve out the cheekbones and make sure it's sculpted really nicely. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and go around the perimeter of my face, get my forehead, and I think I forgot to get my jawline, but I went back and did it at a later point, so don't forget to get your jawline. And now I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that concealer. It dried down quite a bit and it gave me a little bit extra coverage. So now is the time to go ahead and blend that out. Sometimes I do my eyebrows and then I blend it out. But for today, I was just feeling it to blend it out. And I'm using that same beauty blender that I did to touch up my foundation. Make sure it was looking good. And I am squeezing my beauty blender so that it is fitting in my face the right way. So for my eyes, I did put some concealer. I put some Chai concealer up there, and I went in with that Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and I'm just blending that out. The same beauty blender, and I'm also going to set that in place because my eyes crease so bad because I have hooded eyes. They tend to crease a lot. So I set that, and I went off camera and did the eye look that I'm going to do for today, and this is what it's looking like. So we're about to get started. So the main color that I used on my eye was actually a Fenty bronzer in Mocha Mommy, and I just put that all over my eye with a fluffy brush. I believe this is a MAC brush, but again, I'll put it in the description, and I'll try and put it in the video somewhere as well. And I'm just blending that all over my eye just to give my eye a nice little color. And I'm also taking it down the side of my nose just a little bit, just to give me a little bit of contour on my nose so I don't have to go in too crazy. So that's what you see me doing there. blending back and forth, and I'm sweeping that color out. I like to make my eyeshadows go out. And then I went in with a smaller brush. This is the Morphe brush. And I took some more of that bronzer and I just put it on the outer V of my eye and also close to my lash line. And I started to swipe it out just to get the shape that I really wanted to make for my eye look today. And also made my wing eyeliner easier to do because I already carved out the shape that I wanted to follow. So that's what I'm just doing here. And as you can see, that line is starting to form. And I'm using a really, really light hand to do this because I don't want to have to like blend it out crazy. So yeah, once I did that, I'm just going to go ahead and keep adding a little bit more of bronzer using the same brush, and I'm just going to blend it out and make sure it's looking really good. This step is really easy because it's just bronzer and it's nothing too crazy. And I'm just going back in with that MAC brush, just making sure it looks good and blended. So just keep blending back and forth. You use whatever bronzer you use, and there you see me bringing it down the bridge of my nose a little bit just to give me a light nose contour, as I already said. Alright, so for this, I'm just using this ABH palette. The palette is Prism, I believe. You can use any nude color, light brown color. And I'm just putting that on my eye just to give me a little bit of dimension on the eye. And I'm going to just sweep over it with the same brush I did for my bronzer. Just because I don't want it too light. That color is really light. So I'm just sweeping over it, blending it in. And I'm using this green color here for my inner corner, because I wanted to put down a base for the inner corner, like highlight or glitter that I'm going to use. So I'm just using this flat brush by MAC. Again, I'll put that in the description below. And I'm just using that to pack the green color in on my eye so that I can have a nice good base for the glitter color that I'm going to use. Both of the colors that I'm using on my inner corner are really light, so that's why I went in with two colors. Also, if you just have a really nice lime green like eyeshadow or glitter, you can use that. I didn't really have one, so I was trying to make one up. And then I'm going in with this Huda Beauty Obsessions palette. This is the orange one, and I'm just taking that color on the bottom. I don't believe these eyeshadow colors have a name, so just the green glitter color in the palette. Again, if you have a green glitter, please go ahead and use that. I just didn't have one, and I really wanted green pop of color in my eye, so this is what I used. And then I'm going to go ahead with my wing liner. This is probably the hardest part of the whole tutorial because wing liner can be really tricky for some people. I'm just using this e.l.f. black liquid liner. It's a couple dollars, not too expensive, so if you need one, I highly suggest going to your local drugstore, picking up this e.l.f. eyeliner. It has a really pointy tip. And if you're not comfortable using liquid liner, you can use the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper Black. I use that a lot on my channel, so that's another option if you are not comfortable with using this wet liquid liner. So I would just say take your time with this step. Don't try and do the whole wing in one swipe, because sometimes when you blink, you mess up the wing liner like I did. And I'm just cleaning it up with some concealer right here, because I did mess up a little bit. So go slow and take your time. Do your wing in small steps. That way if you need to blink, you give yourself a chance to blink, and then you go back in with your liner and keep on going. I did bring my liner into my inner corners farther than I usually do. I actually like doing my eyeliner like this. So as you can see, I'm stopping, blending, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the tail of the wing. And then I'm just going to bring that all the way back in. And that's pretty much when you know your wing is complete. So you're going to pull that eyeliner out and then bring it all the way back in. And then you go ahead and fill it in from there. That's pretty much how I wanted it to look. I cleaned up the edges a little bit, and then once I was satisfied with it, I just went ahead and filled it in with that black eyeliner pencil. So for my waterline, I'm going to be using this LA Girl, I believe, gel liner in the color Very Black. And I'm using a little brush to hold my eyes down because when I use my finger, I sometimes see like a print from where my finger was, and I don't want my makeup to look crazy underneath my eye. So I'm just using that black liner. Any black liner will do, but this one is super black and I really like it. And I'm just going to take that same blending brush that I use for like the outer V of my eye to do my bottom lash line. I'm using the Mocha Mommy bronzer by Fenty Beauty for that as well, just so that my eyes aren't looking too like unfinished. So I went ahead and set my face with this NYX setting spray in matte. It's a matte setting spray. I love my makeup to be super matte, my face makeup, because I have really oily skin. So I do set with powder, and then I do use a matte setting spray most of the time now. Alright, so for my bottom lash line, I am using the MAC Giga Black Extended Play Lash Mascara, the one that I always use because it's really tiny and it works really good for my bottom lashes. So I'm just going ahead and doing my lashes. I'm also going to put a little bit on my top lashes as well. I went ahead and added my eyelashes off camera because I was having a little bit of trouble today, so I just did it off camera. For my lips, I'm going in with the Limitless Brown Liner from Makeup Forever, and I'm just filling in majority of my lips with that. And I'm making sure that I'm using this color first. This is like a lighter color, and then I'm going to go in with MAC Chestnut as a darker color to just darken the perimeter of my lips. And I've been really liking to do this. I used Limitless Brown before, and I just recently started using it again to fill my lips in, and then going over it with the Chestnut because it's darker. And for my lips, I'm going in with the Too Faced Sweet Peach lipstick or lip gloss in Papadone Peach. I can't remember if it's a gloss or like a lip oil or something, but it's a really pretty color, and that's what I use for my lips today. And that is the final look. Alright, this is the final look. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment in the description below. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you like. Tell me if you try this look. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.